It always makes me chuckle how folks badmouth the blood money update, while from a collector's point of view, it's the best thing since sliced bread, only this bread comes with the peanut butter and jelly already on top of it. To prove it, I ran 3 of them on the same day as a collector first to show you the results. The amount of freedom they give you for collecting while on the gold timer should be illegal, but it's not, and you'll find out why. While running 3 particular jobs I am going to cover in detail. I plucked 30 collectibles, worth $338 sold loose and $677 as a set, in total of 43 minutes. I aimed for that sweet spot of 12 to 15 minute gold payout, so I capped collecting at about 8 to 10 minutes per run. Just to prove again, you can rake in good gold being a collector first and foremost. I split the map into 3 gathering zones to sweep Saint Denis and the far outskirts clean. It wasn't even a lucky day for city spawns compared to what we have on the day of editing this video, which only proves the point harder. This method shines even on a worse day. Given those restrictions, I earned between $474 and $948, plus 1.46 gold bars when averaged to an hour's play. Now, you could flip the script, ignore gold optimization, focus purely on collecting, and walk away with fatter cash stack per hour, trading gold for dollar efficiency. I didn't count the downtime between missions, but it barely matters. Restarts would take a minute or 2 tops, thanks to how damn well those 3 jobs in question are positioned, though sadly they can't be chained one right after another. Now you may ask, why blood money contracts for collecting? And what's so damn special about them? First, they toss you in a private lobby, no griefers, no time-wasting nonsense. Just pure zen collecting for long stretches of time, especially if you're on console and can't pull any tricks to dodge the crowd. Second, they fling you across the map, letting you work new grounds, keeping the whole grind fresh. Third, they don't require a purchase of any role, hence why I always rush to meet Mr. Martelli while still looking like an unshowered hobo, just hours fresh off the prison wagon. By now, I reckon you have a grasp of my ABC mission classification for collectors.
Of course.
As this video here is the 3rd part in the series about getting more bang for the buck while in RDO as a smart player. Quick recap, we judge every free roam mission by how well it's optimized for a collector, while considering both cash and gold, and the latter ain't the usual goal for the role. The problem is, you can't just spam the best ones. Cooldowns stop you from playing one mission on a loop. It's because a busted record player has the potential to make you hate Eminence Front by The Who. That's where blood money steps in. It's a perfect supplement for an aspiring collector. Sure, some blood money ordeals fall into the ABCD mess or worse, but when played smart, they're mighty efficient, especially when keeping you out of the public mess and stacking both dollars and gold like a true outlaw hustler. Out of all them contracts, undoubtedly, DOCKSIDE is the collector's crown jewel. Like I hinted back in my video on mastering the collector's grind for both gold and dollar.
Capitale.
This one's a blood money set so good it nearly feels absurd. Every job set right in Saint Denis, richest patch of ground for collectibles in the whole game, but also typically is the most dense in player and alligator population. What a strange correlation that is. The timers are insanely liberal. You can optimize for 12 or 15 minutes if you want. But if gold's just icing on your cake and you're here to hoard trinkets like a magpie with an attitude, then you can roam free collecting till the timer runs dry to hit that 0.48 bar payout by wrapping it up at the very last tick of the clock, 30 minutes total. If that's your thing, most times you'll get yourself a good 24 to 27 minutes of prime picking time, while the business part of the missions, if done with a steady hand and right iron for the job, might cost you no more than 3 to 6 minutes of actual work per job. Sure, they're ABCD missions by definition, but when done right, they become easy to master and run. Before you saddle up for the jobs, you best ask yourself one thing. Are you riding for gold or the dollar first and foremost? If it's gold you're after, then don't waste no time, hit the missions fast and hard, but don't finish them right away. Stall them out, let that clock roll to 12 or even 15 minutes while you gather collectibles in the region, like a master collector on a payday. Just know that after you trigger the missions, the general city area will have lawmen on high alert. Because of that, you might want to employ a hybrid approach of first clearing the collectibles directly in the city, then moving for the job, and then filling out the remainder of the time available with going after collectibles outside city limits. Now, If it's the dollars you're itching for and gold's just a cherry on top, then you must stretch out the time each mission gives you to the very limit. When that mission bell tolls, spend your first 7 to 9 minutes scouring the land for trinkets. Then race to the job site and cross into that mission zone before the 10-minute mark. Once the clock's ticking down on the job, knock it out clean in 3 to 6 minutes, then use the leftover time for more collecting. When it comes to that dockside contract, there ain't no major gotchas or anything out of the ordinary that would prolong the missions unnecessarily. So, without further John, let's ride mission by mission, and I'll show you how to twist the dockside to your favor like a prospector squeezing gold from a flowing river. The first one is ridiculously easy. Cross this certain spot from the west and the mission timer starts ticking. Now listen close, shoot that fella as soon as he makes a break for it. Don't miss. If you do, he bolts, and suddenly you're in a whole damn chase that'll gut your collecting time. Grab the Capitale.
Capitale.
Dominic de Coco.
Bravo.
Then run for it on this here path. By doing so, you won't even lose the wanted level before hitting the meetup spot. Total work time's about 3 minutes, leaving 9 for gathering and riding, if you're aiming for 12 minutes total. If you need some more time to collect in peace, trigger the mission in 10 minutes, and then hand over the bag with about 10 seconds left, as the process takes a couple of seconds. Overall, this mission gives you anywhere from 9 to 27 solid minutes for collecting, all depending on how strapped you are for gold or cash, and where them collectibles are scattered. For my test run, I went full tilt on collecting first, then triggered the mission around 10-minute mark, it seemed. Gotta admit, it was tense as hell knowing I'm filmed like a bear in a zoo. So unless you like that racing adrenaline, I'd recommend the hybrid approach at the very least, and then deliver the goods within the time limit, taking into the account payout thresholds. Smooth, steady, and no heart palpitations. The second one involves a bit more active play. Depending on your priorities again, you should trigger the mission within 10 minutes from the gong by heading to this rooftop to make everything go smooth as butter. The main trick is to quickly dispatch the guards, either with a sniper rifle for precision and speed, or with Deadeye and a bow if you're grinding health core. Set the crates on fire efficiently, which I botched for the first time in forever on this take. Performance pressure strikes back, go figure. Don't waste your time looting the guards, they've got nothing ever. When you get to the harbor master, knock him out before hog tying so he doesn't bolt from the horseback. Then loot him for Capitale.
Capitale.
Dominic de Coco.
Bravo.
After that, make your escape in a snaky pattern to bleed off the wanted level timer without straying too far from the drop-off. Now, depending on your approach, you're free to collect or drop him off. The timer works the same way as in part 1. You can spend about 10 minutes collecting before triggering the rooftop, and then another 15 after losing the wanted level, assuming the mission itself takes you around 5 minutes. Alternatively, you can rush the mission first and use the remaining time to collect in relative peace, aiming for the 0.32 or 0.36 gold bar sweet spot. Personally, I think it's best to aim for the 15-minute payout, so there's a better return on the investment of time spent riding around. Either way, after this mission, you'll find yourself conveniently next to a campfire to cook and regroup. On my approach, I went for collecting before triggering the mission and landed right about on the 15-minute completion mark. It was harder to collect efficiently because I was doing all 3 runs the same day, and a large portion of the collectibles were already picked. If you knock out the harbor master before hog tying him, you should be able to collect outside city limits in peace. Otherwise, you can use the hybrid approach, especially if you haven't yet cleared out the collectibles in the city. The third one required an additional 1 or 2 minutes of action, and you can take the same approach for timing as with the previous missions. The timer starts past somewhere near this sign if you approach from the north. Dispatch the guys with a shotgun for efficiency. It's quick and clean. Capitale is in this lockbox.
Capitale.
Dominic de Coco.
Bravo.
This mission is also good for leveling your health core if you use a bow with Deadeye and headshots. Haul your horse onto this platform so the lawmen don't get to you too early. Take this route to make your escape and you're done. If you've been collecting up to 10 minutes before the job, then escort that fella in the last few seconds to wrangle the max gold payout. 0.48, same as all missions in this here contract. This mission hands you anywhere from 6 to 24 minutes of peaceful collecting, depending on whether you aim for 12 to 30 minutes total. Again, I'd reckon shooting for a 15-minute payout is best if you're looking to get the best bang for your buck when it comes to decent gold, while making your time spent on the actual job worthwhile. Taking into account that by the time of doing this mission I've already cleared out a good chunk of the nearby collectibles, I had to ride further out to Blue Water Marsh to keep collecting. Luckily, I managed to grab 2 blood flowers, which only spawn during nighttime. That detour made me miss the 15-minute mark by about a minute, but even with those limitations, the yield was still pretty decent. Not bad for a worse day in the office, I'd say. If you'd like to mix in some other blood money contracts, I'd recommend Cornwall or Railroad, although they require more time on the job than Dockside. In exchange, they send you all over the map, letting you snatch up more regional delicacies, especially the flowers. I wouldn't recommend Blue Water or Jeb Phelps contracts for collecting. While they're fun and engaging, their missions offer far less time for collecting, especially when aiming for 12 or 15 minutes. And while at it, don't provide much diversity in collection locations. However, Jeb Phelps is worth looking at if the northeast portion of the map looks tasty, but that's something an AF delivery mission could get done more efficiently than any of those. The saloon contract is a mixed bag. Overall, if you prioritize cash, in my opinion, it doesn't make a huge difference which contract you choose. Just know that some give you more bang for your buck at the cost of repetitiveness if you go for a single type of contract all the time. It's a different story when you optimize for gold because lengthy missions put a huge restriction on the time available for collecting. Try the blood money contracts for yourself with the collector role in mind, and you'll understand it better than I could ever explain in no time. They're an amazing addition to your arsenal of missions to play, especially as a collector who can't play in a private lobby. Just arm yourself with patience, because those guys love to talk. Stay tuned for the next guide, which will be about making golden cash while, curiously, being the laziest cowpoke in RDO. Thanks for tuning in, subscribe, and see you around, stranger.